Hello, everybody.
Just let me know, council, when you need a breakout room and, just interrupt me if need be.
I believe I should only need one for cruise.
Okay. I'll try to remember that. I can't promise, but I will try.
They checked here and they said there was no warrant here for me.
Okay, sir, give me your name first.
Eric Dale Byers.
Okay, Eric Dale Byers.
Yes, ma'am.
25L00192. You're on for arraignment, 1 count of theft. I'm just going to confirm some information and then I'm going to let counsel talk for you. That's your true and correct name, as I already stated.
Yes, ma'am.
And then I'm going to confirm that your date of birth is December 23rd of 1965.
Yes, ma'am.
And you still reside or receive mail at the 3029 address?
Yes, I do.
Okay, and did you have an opportunity to review the constitutional rights that attach at arraignment?
Yes.
Did you have any questions for the court about your constitutional rights?
No.
Okay, at this time, I'm going to turn it over to standby counsel for entry of plea, and then we will go back and forth with the city. So just give us a moment, Mr. Byers. It's just time for listening. Go ahead, counsel, for the record.
This is Sophia Arnold, present here today with Eric Byers. Defense will waive a formal reading of the city's criminal complaint and ask the court to enter a plea of not guilty and stipulate for today's purposes to probable cause for today's purposes only. After screening the defendant, he is currently unemployed, so he qualifies for court-appointed counsel without a promissory note, and we ask that Horwath Law be appointed to his case. Thank you.
All right, thank you. I'll enter a not guilty plea, the stipulation to probable cause for purposes of setting conditions, and I'll do a direct appointment to the public defender. So now, sir, you do have a public defender appointed on your case at no cost to you. At this time, I'll turn over to the prosecutor for recommendation on conditions of release. Mr. Vinson?
Yes, Your Honor, this city would be asking for $3,000 cash or bond. The basis for that is that there are 4 outstanding warrants from 2022. Previous to that, there are convictions for theft in the past and other related crimes, and warrants have been noted in many of most, if not all, of the previous cases. Therefore, the city believes he's a threat to reoffend, a threat to the community, and a likelihood that he won't, and that there is a likelihood that he won't show up for his future court dates.
Okay, so that's the city's recommendation. I'll let your attorney respond. Give her just a moment to respond, sir. Go ahead.
Yes, Your Honor, defense requests that the defendant be released on his own personal recognizance. One of the reasons is because there's a concern with identity theft as to the 4 active warrants out of Olympia. The defendant was not aware of those, and frankly, he states he doesn't go there. So we ask that the court release the defendant so he's able to address this. Additionally, the warrant history out of Lakewood, we would like to know, is not bad. And we acknowledge that the defendant has history, but after serving his last sentence, he states that he's been turning his life around. And lastly, we'd like the court to consider the nature of the charge. Thank you.
On the 29th, I'm supposed to
okay, Mr.
see the
Byers.
doctor about knee replacement.
Mr. Byers, just so you know, everything that you say in court is being recorded and it can be used against you later on. So if you have something to add or say, we can go into a breakout room and you can explain it to me first, okay? Okay. It's just to protect.
I'm sorry. Okay. Anything further from counsel in regards to release?
No, that was all, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, I reviewed the history and I do understand, and I have seen, in my many, many years experience, sometimes there is theft of identity and inappropriate charges attributed to someone. However, my concern also is I think 25 other cases that have gone to warrant over a long criminal history, including Superior Court matters as well as misdemeanor matters, weapon charge convictions, indecent exposure charges, reckless endangerment,
Decent exposure.
excuse me, display
Oh,
of.
you're making it sound like there's more than one.
Mr. Byers.
One from.
Hey,
Mr.
sir,
Byers.
sir, I'm just making a record. I have to consider certain things. I understand it's frustrating. I understand. Okay. So I just have to consider certain things in your release. The prosecutor makes a recommendation and then your attorney makes a recommendation. And now I'm going through your history and making a record, it's called, which is just articulating my concerns about what.
But look how long ago they were.
I am. I'm looking at them and I've indicated a long history, which indicates that a lot of it is older. However, there has been a history of non-appearance in court over a long period of time. And there have been convictions for things that are threats to the safety of the community. And so at this time, I do believe some bail is appropriate. I'll impose $3,000 cash or bail bond. I'll set an out of custody date for February 25th at 1 p.m. And counsel, did you have a preference of the in custody date? Otherwise, I'm setting it 2 weeks from today.
I believe that we could resolve this matter much sooner than 2 weeks out. If we could set it for maybe Wednesday of next week or even
Okay.
Friday would be great.
Please.
Okay, I'll set this for Friday or Wednesday, next Wednesday, the 29th at 11 a.m. I've set an out of custody date as well. And your conditions of release are standard conditions. Was there any no contact request, Mr. Vinson? No contact with any entity?
With the Walmart.
No contact if you are released, and no contact with Walmart and
I'm sorry, this was Safeway.
Safeway. No contact with Safeway in Lakewood. All right, any questions about your conditions of release, sir?
No, I won't be able to make it.
Okay, well, your attorney's contact information is on your court order, and so you can reach out to them, and I'm certain they'll be reaching out to you in regards to how to proceed with your case, okay?
I did was take something because I was hungry.
Okay, Mr. Byers.
No alcohol, no nothing.
Mr. Byers, please.
Okay. She's just trying to protect your rights, sir. That's why she's encouraging you not to speak so that, because the city can use anything that you say against you
I'm not
at
saying
future
nothing
hearings.
that ain't true.
Oh, okay, I understand, but just because it's true, you may not want the government to use it against you, okay? So I'm signing your order. You'll be given a copy of your order, and then your case for today is terminated, and we will see you next Wednesday, okay? Thank you, sir.
Yeah, it's the same lady. Yeah,
You give us your full name, please?
excuse me?
Can you give us your full name, please?
Oh, Eric Dale Byers.
Eric Dale Byers, 25 L000192 on for pretrial. And how are we proceeding today, folks?
Yes, Your Honor. I just need like less than 1 minute to ask Mr. Byers a really quick question, and then we'll be ready to proceed.
Okay, you need a breakout room. So sir, you're going to use the mouse to accept or join the breakout room with your attorney.
All right, how do I do that?
You can click more if you see more and then breakout rooms. Or it might just say breakout rooms on the bottom.
Join breakout room.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Okay, go to 1, breakout room 1.
I'm not good with computers. Oh, it says join.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mr. Byers, you're currently muted.
You're muted, so if you can hit the unmute with your that mouse, that would be helpful.
It's likely on the left side at the bottom, little speaker. Click that. It says audio.
There
There
you
you go.
Here we go.
And that's the prosecutor.
All right, and the plea form doesn't reflect whether jurisdiction is being taken or whether this is an impose and close type of situation?
Yes, ma'am.
It is an impose and close situation, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you. All right, are we ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any record you want to make or want me just to proceed?
Well, yes, I guess you could proceed. Sophia Arnold, present here today with Eric Byers, but you can proceed. Thank you.
All right. Mr. Byers, your true and correct name, Eric Dale Byers, and you're 59 years old?
Yes, ma'am.
And you completed the 7th grade, and did you review this guilty plea in its entirety with your counsel?
Yes, I have.
And did she answer all your questions?
Yes, she did.
Do you have any questions of the court about what it means to plead guilty?
No.
And did you review that pleading guilty means you're waiving significant constitutional rights other than your right to an attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you have any questions about your constitutional rights?
No, I don't.
And you understand you're asking to plead guilty to 1 count of theft, which carries a maximum penalty of 364 days in jail and a $5,000 fine. Is that your understanding?
Yes.
And you understand there's a plea agreement, but I'm not bound to that. What that means is I don't have to follow it. I can impose anything up to the maximum if I decide that's more appropriate. You understand that?
Yes, I do.
And did your attorney review with you possible collateral or immigration consequences?
She covered every corner, yes.
Okay. All right. And so I'm going to read a statement to you. Tell me if this is your statement. On January 23rd of 2025 in Lakewood, I did wrongfully obtain or exert unauthorized control over property or services of another with the intent to deprive them of it at Safeway. Is that your statement?
Yes.
How do you plead to 1 count of theft in the 3rd degree? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Anyone threaten you, pressure you, coerce you in any way into pleading guilty today?
No.
Are you doing so of your own free will?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll accept the plea as knowingly, voluntarily, intelligently entered. I'll find there's an adequate factual basis to support the plea, and I'll find you've been advised of the nature of the charges and the consequence of the plea, and I do find you guilty. You have a right to make a statement prior to your sentencing. You don't have to make a statement, but you have a right to do so. I'll hear from the city, then your counsel, and then I'll ask you if you want to make a statement, okay?
All right.
All right, I'll hear from the city.
Thank you, Your Honor.
She's not on here. I don't see her.
Oh, you can't see her?
No.
Can you
Oh.
hear her when she talks?
Uh,
Can you hear me?
oh yeah, I can now.
Okay,
Okay,
okay. So, Your Honor, this is a negotiated and agreed upon recommendation between the parties. Based on the time that he spent in custody and the specific facts of the case, Your Honor, generally speaking, his history would, I would not be inclined to extend this or have this negotiated agreement. But given the specific facts of this case, I do think that it is a reasonable recommendation.
okay, thank you. All right, now I'm gonna hear from your attorney, Mr. Byers.
All right.
Yes, Your Honor. Like Ms. Pace said, we do recognize that he does have a criminal history. However, given the facts of this case, it appears that it was a crime of poverty, and we ask the court to take that into consideration and follow the agreed upon recommendation. Thank you.
All right, and do you have any information in regards to his ability to pay any fines or costs?
Yes, Your Honor. So the defendant has been unemployed since 2007 and is on Social Security. So we ask the court to take that into consideration. Thank you.
Perfect, thank you. Sir, any statement you want me to consider?
I didn't steal anything to sell. I got TV dinners and a soda pop.
Okay,
I was hungry, really. I didn't eat for a couple of days. I live on the streets, and I was just really hungry. My food stamps ran out, and I wasn't trying to really commit a crime, really.
understood, sir. Thank you for your statement, and I think that's the basis for the recommendation. Even though there's some significant history, you know, about 10 years ago, there were some pretty dangerous stuff that you were doing that you could receive more time for, but based on the facts of this case, the prosecutor and your attorney came to an agreement and I will follow that recommendation and post 6 days, not suspend any days and give you credit for the 6 days served. I will close the case upon the completion of the jail time. I will make a finding of indigency and not impose any costs and assessments and take no jurisdiction. Any questions about what happened here today, sir?
No, ma'am, I'm pleased, and these 3 ladies, thank you.
All right, I've attached your attorney's contact information on your order, and that way if you had any desire to reach out and get resources or information from the attorney's office, as they were appointed to represent you, they also, they employ social workers, and they have a lot of great information. If you reach out to them, they might be willing to send some information your way and give you some good ideas on how to solve this problem a little more effectively in the future, okay?
Well, if you could attach any of that today to my paperwork, I'd appreciate it.
That is, it'll be right on your paperwork, okay?
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Good luck, sir.
Here,
Thank you.
give us a call.
Thank you, Your Honor. You guys have a good day. Drive home safe.
You as well.
All right.
I love you so much. Be safe, be well, sleep sweet, and much love.